IELTS speaking vocabulary study. So, talking about studies is such an important topic in IELTS, not only in the introduction, where they ask you, do you work or are you a student? But also for other closely related topics that you will get in IELTS, such as your school, talk about a teacher you know, talk about skills you've learned in your life. A recent topic was concentration. Do you find it easy to concentrate? It's related. Education is a big topic. A hobby, talking about your hobbies. So here, for many people, studying another language or another skill is a hobby. So there's so many overlaps with other topics. So I think it's a really important topic to spend time on. Here are some useful phrases, right? You can talk about your studies. And this will help you just get the grammar right as well. The first one, I'm a student at university, or I'm a student at college, right? Be careful, it's at. I'm a student at university, or I'm a student at college. I'm a student at school. If you put the name, you would say, I'm a student at London University. I'm a student at Manchester University. So it's at blank university. I am aware some universities have a special name. They call themselves the University of Edinburgh, for example. Rather than Edinburgh University, it may be the University of ba. So just be careful with that. But normally we say, I study at blank university. I studied at Sheffield University, for example. Let me know in the chat, where did you study? I'd be interested to see. And as you're doing that, to talk about your studies, you can either use the present simple or the present continuous. Both of these are actually fine. So you can say, well, I study French, or I'm studying French. Normally the I am, we would just contract, right? I'm studying French. I study French. And put the stress on the noun, on the the subject. I study French. I'm studying French. Both of those are right. I mean, the slight difference, I guess, I'm studying has a more temporary feel. That it's kind of, I'm studying French now, but maybe I will change in the future. But really, you can use both of these interchangeably, right? So Elena asks, what is the difference between London University and the University of London? Well, really, the difference is they're two different places. So some universities specifically say our name is the University of Columbia or the University of London. I know Edinburgh is one. It's the University of Edinburgh. You can say London University, but it may be a different university, right? Sometimes it refers to a different place. So it depends on the university is the short answer. Kamal says, I'm a student at Cambridge University. Kamal, you said you were 13 years old. You're a fantastic student if you're there. Well done you. But as an example, very, very nice. Now, this is interesting. I'm study. Now, look carefully and see if we can work out how to make this better. So it's either I study or I'm studying. But here you've mixed them up. You said I'm study at National University. So let's help you. Let's change it. I'm studying at National University. I suspect if that's the name, I'm not sure if national is the name or if it's just an adjective here, but I'm studying is the key one, right? You want to say I'm studying at the National University. We've got here, I'm doing my master's in English literature, excuse me, in English literature at college, not university. Excellent. I was a student At Princeton University. That's another good way. You can say, I am a student at, I was a student at. Good. Sidebeck, I suspect you may be, as with a lot of people, you may be translating word for word in your own language. So be careful. I am study. It needs to be I am studying. Now, at Uzbekistan, if you're just going to say the city, rather than at, say in. I'm studying in Uzbekistan. I'm studying at Uzbekistan University, at the university, but with a city or with a country, we'd probably say in. I'm studying in London. I'm studying in Uzbekistan. Okay. I'm a student at Society University. Okay, great. I study Sanskrit. Nice. I'm a postgraduate from Dhaka. Asifa, lovely to see you here. Great, another student on our course. Great. I studied at Moscow State University. Very nice. I'm a student at APS University. I studied at Manchester University years ago. Great, you're an alumni then. Okay, lovely. Very, very nice. Moving on, especially in IELTS, you can develop this and talk about, in addition, how long you have studied. And here we would use the present perfect or the present perfect continuous to say how long you've studied. So you can say, I have been studying for 2 months. The I have, we would probably change to I've. I've been studying for 2 months. Notice we use for to describe a period of time. For 2 months, for 3 years, for 6 weeks. But we use since to describe a point in time. I've been studying since July, since 2022. So the difference between for and since is important there, okay? But you can use this to talk about how long you have studied or been studying, okay? Eva, you said, I've been studying at the University of Third Age now. At the University of Third Age. That's the one for retired people, I think, right? As in the third age of our lives, yes? Yep. I've been studying English for 6 years. Perfect. Nice. Emin, you're asking present simple, I am study Moscow. Wouldn't it be so? No, present simple would be I study, not I am study. So present simple, you take away the verb to be and you just have the verb. I study in Moscow. Yeah. Present simple, I study in Moscow. I study at Moscow University. Good question, though. Very good question. This is an interesting question. Do you think the examiner may ask age-specific questions? Probably not. No. The questions are very, very open for people from 18 years up to 80 years. They're very open questions. They won't be age-specific, but they may ask about millennials because anybody can have an opinion about millennials, but you don't have to be a millennial. Asifa, likewise. I have been studying moons ago. Not quite right. You're almost there. I would say I have been studying for a long time. Yeah, I have been studying for a long time. If you want to be very informal, you could say for many moons, right? I've been studying for many moons, but not ago. No, ago is it's a point in time, and we don't usually use it with the present perfect continuous, right? I've been studying English for 6 months. Perfect. Very, very nice. Cookbook as well. I have been studying at university for 5 years. Perfect. Really nice. You're doing really well, all of you. Really good. This is interesting. You're studying history at Damascus University. Excellent. Good. I have been studying English since 2020 until now. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Great. And then let's move on, because we can finally talk about, you can develop your answer by talking about which year you're in. If you are a university student, you can say, I'm in my first year, I'm in my second year, I'm in my final year. Okay. Actually, let me make that clearer. That's not 100% clear, is it? Let me just make it super clear, crystal clear. I'm in my first year. I'm in my second year. I'm in my final year. Of course, if you're going to an American university, you may come across my freshman year, sophomore year, final year. There are different expressions that are used in America that we don't tend to use in the UK, but you may hear those, yes. And let me add, we can talk about whether you like your studies. So this is such a common question in the IELTS speaking test. Do you enjoy your studies? Do you like your studies? And I've broken this down into chunks. Do you remember the chunks? The Lego blocks, building little phrases. Listen to the chunks here and notice how I use them. I like it mainly because I think it's going to be really useful for my future career. So after each chunk, there's a short pause, which may just help you to maintain the flow. I like it mainly because I think it's going to be really useful for my future career. Or the opposite, maybe you don't like it. Very, very possible. Let me bring this up one moment. You could say, I don't like it too much, mainly because the teacher we have is a bit boring. He doesn't engage us at all. Okay? So in a positive and in a negative, but the idea of the chunks helping your answer flow. I don't like it too much, or I don't like it at all, mainly because the teacher we have is a bit boring. He doesn't engage us at all. The at all just emphasizes the negative. It's a very nice, natural way when you're speaking to emphasize a negative. I don't like it at all. He doesn't engage us at all. Strong emphasis, right? Again, the mainly because... Ooh, what's happened? Oh no. Stop. The gremlins are in. Here we go. Mainly because, you can say because, but if you say mainly because, you're just saying, well, it's kind of 90% because, but there's another 10% for something else. So it just allows you to develop your answer. Okay. Right. Oh, Yashvi, that's a really good suggestion. A video on prepositions. Yes. Thank you for the suggestion. I will think about that. Nice. Okay. Yep. I'm in my final year at school. Very nice. I'm in my final year of my PhD journey. Nice. Okay, good. Excellent. So we've got lots of vocabulary there. I'm going to switch for a moment, okay? We've talking about your study, where you study, how long you study, which year you're in, and if you like it or if you don't like it, okay? Different phrases and the idea of different chunks that you can use for that. Let's do a little bit of practice, okay? Let me show you here, a little bit of practice here. Can you guess from the picture what these people study? Now, I know it's impossible. You don't know. You can't know from looking at a person what they study. But think about the clues in the picture. There are some clues. What do you think they study? Just let me know in the chat. Okay. Okay. Julia, I'm giggling at your message. Your message is wonderful. Really nice. Thank you. And Jahanara as well. Thanks for all of those. So in the chat, just write number 1 and the subject. Number 2, the subject. For example, number 1, art. It's a good example. Yep. Let me know in the chat what you think. Interesting. Great answers. Okay, some brilliant answers. I love all of those. Okay, let's find out. I'm going to show you, well, we're going to watch each person tell us about what they study, notice the chunks they use, and find out if you guessed correctly. Okay, let's do it. Let's listen and see if your guesses were correct. Here is number 1.
I study classical art at college, and I'm in my 2nd year, so yeah, I've been studying for almost 2 years now. It's great. I'm having the time of my life. I actually want to be a museum curator when I graduate.
Did you guess correctly? Let me show you one more time. I'll put subtitles just to help you and see if you guessed correctly.
I study classical art at college, and I'm in my 2nd year, so yeah, I've been studying for almost 2 years now. It's great. I'm having the time of my life. I actually want to be a museum curator when I graduate.
Right. Okay. Did you get that? Did you see it? So she says, I study classical art, right? Classical art. A lot of you got that, and the clues were there in the picture. Notice how she develops her answer, right? What do you do? What do you study? I study classical art. I'm in my 2nd year. I've been studying almost 2 years. And then she says that she likes it. It's great. I'm having the time of my life. It's a nice idiom. Having the time of your life is to have a great time. You really enjoy something. And then she talks about the future. Nice. Very, very nice answer. What about number 2? A lot of you went for business management, technology, and that kind of thing. Let's watch number 2 and see if you guessed the right answer. Whoops.
I'm studying coding.
Excuse me. Here we go again.
I'm studying coding. I've been studying for just over a year now at university, and for the most part, I love it. Mainly because I'm so passionate about AI. I think it's the future. When I graduate, I want to run my own business.
Did you catch that? Did you get it? I'll show you again with subtitles, just to help you a little bit.
I'm studying coding. I've been studying for just over a year now at university, and for the most part, I love it. Mainly because I'm so passionate about AI. I think it's the future. When I graduate, I want to run my own business.
Okay. Very, very nice. Excellent. So let's have a look what he said. He said, I'm studying coding. Okay. I'm studying coding. He then goes on to say, I've been studying for just over a year. Over a year means more than a year. And for the most part, do you remember these chunks? And for the most part, I love it. Mainly because, and he talks about his passion, and then again, talking about the future, when I graduate. Notice in the future there, we don't say when I will graduate, we say when I graduate in the future, I want to run my own business, okay? Excellent. Not obvious from his appearance, and that's the point, right? You cannot tell from a person's appearance what they study. There may be clues, but we don't know. You cannot judge a book by its cover, right? Excellent. Well done. Really, really nice. Well done, all of you. So, where are we? What's next?